You are beautiful, okay?
Think about being a Dodger.
Hey, everything be like off the top these days. Like these days, I don't even know what a pad is these days, you know? Yeah. Hey. Fuck that hoe, cause she a nat. You ain't the one for me, baby. You ain't got shit I need, bitch. You want me to take my time with you, or maybe I'm not your speed, bitch. Maybe I'm not your lead, bitch. You ain't got no cheese, bitch. Maybe I'm just too G for you. Maybe I'm just too street, bitch.
All right, let's take it from the top. It's March 12th. Roughly like 2:15. So much been going on, y'all. But I needed some energy. I was tired. We was up all night. Growing pains. That's how it go. Family doing good. I'm doing good. We still thugging it. Oh, come on. I can't crack this open fast enough. I done had a coffee and it ain't help yet. All right, so last episode that did not get posted yet was mostly me working out. Sorry, not sorry. That was the point of me starting this channel in the first place. This episode, I have a hunch it's going to be a little bit different. One is Thursday, March 12th, for the second time. Happy birthday to my brother. I just texted you. But it's been busy. It's been really busy. There's just a lot of things under construction that are moving, that are changing, that I got to keep up with. You know what I'm saying? For starters, I tried to have a philosophical talk with a 3-year-old, my son, as I'm taking him to daycare. It was around the time that he was starting kindergarten. And he was like, "Oh, we're going to daycare?" I was like, "No, kindergarten." He goes, "Kindergarten?" And I looked at him through the rearview mirror and I go, "Look, son, the only thing that will remain the same in this lifetime is change." And he just looked at me, dumbfounded. I thought I was cooking. I thought I said something philosophical, Mr. Oogway, you know what I'm saying? Master Oogway. But, yeah, so a lot is about to change. You know, my wife is in a cocoon, as we could say, is a cocoon right now, getting ready to blossom into a new state of herself. Son going through changes. I'm going through changes, and we keeping up with it all. All right, so another big change coming is it's time to move. Why are we moving? It's stupid, but it's time to move. And what we're about to go do is check out one of the places we moved to. For my fellow expats in Korea, moving here is weird. In the States, you put your first month down, your last month down, you move in. Here, it's a little bit more excessive. You ready? Was you waiting on me? There go the wifey right now. Okay, to wrap this up, we about to go look at some properties. Supposedly they got a gym. If I can record, I'm gonna record, and I'm gonna let you know what the gym look like. Shake that thing, ooh, ooh. You got everything? My wife beautiful, she ain't got no rhythm though. Hi. Watching my old footage, I realized that I got cut off from the point that I was trying to make. I don't even remember where I was fully going with it. I was just rambling. I didn't have nothing pre-planned that I was trying to say, but I was trying to explain how just living in Korea works a little bit different, right? We were living in Pyeongtaek, close to base, right? And the way things work over there is because there's a lot of soldiers that get stationed in Camp Humphreys, but if you come with your family, right, it's more common to live off post. I mean, not more common. You can either live on post or off post. If on post living isn't available, you can live off post, and your BAH, basic housing allowance, or basic allowance for housing or whatever, will cover the cost of your living expenses. So in that area, it's very common to find a fully furnished apartment, right? So you don't have to spend extra money on the extras when you only gonna be here for a year or 2 years and then dip on out. Now that we are away from that area, we moved a little bit further away. The area we're in now is more family friendly, right? There's like 4 playgrounds at the base of this apartment. Okay, first off, hello. We're moving in. We got the apartment. I know we skipped a lot there. We went from house hunting to we're currently in the apartment. We got one more payment to make on Friday, but then this is home sweet home. I'm already in here moving some stuff in, getting the bathrooms clean, just getting ahead of things before our official move-in date. So there's not as much to do on that day, right? But we here at Tombstones. I never in a million years thought that, you know what I'm saying, little old me from Omaha, Nebraska would be able to be in a situation like this, you know. I never thought I'd be living life like this again, you know. I spoke on it a couple times. I didn't even think that my marriage would have been rekindled or repaired, you know what I'm saying? Didn't think that I'd make a good father. Didn't think that, really didn't think I'd make it past 18, 21, where I was coming from, you know? I was just an angry youth. Ducks moved in with us. Angry youth making bad decisions, blah, blah, blah. But to be here, right, it's a breath of fresh air, but then also it's a reinstilling in me that fire, that need to work harder, to push myself and to not settle, because I never thought life could be like this, you know. I'm gonna place B-roll over the top, showing y'all what the apartment looked like. It's late at night, it's like 10 o'clock. But man, this place is absolutely stunning. And we are on the 22nd floor. If y'all know anything about South Korea, they build up, right? Because land going wide is scarce, so they build up. I don't know if that's exactly why, but that's how I rationalize it in my mind, and I'm pretty sure I heard someone say it to me before, but they build up, and man, we got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And we just had to put down the 20 million won deposit plus our first month's rent, right? I'm just thankful. I'm really thankful to be in this situation. By the grace of God, life keeps getting better. The harder I work and try to stay away from the things that don't serve me, and the thoughts that are full of pride, ego, temptation, lust. You know, it seems that the seeds that are planted from those actions, the fruits taste pretty sweet, you know, and I know there's more to come. And I know there's more growth and things to obtain within this journey that I'm taking within myself, you know, and with my family. I shout out big ups to my wife, big ups to my son, you know. There is no me without y'all, you know. That goes for a lot of people too, but for this phase in my life that I'm in, it's really big ups to my wife and my son. Just being there to reinstill me, right? To be my backbone when I'm feeling weak, you know, to love me and to support me and to push me and to not allow me to settle into a mediocrity, into a mediocre man, you know. It's really cool, and I'm really grateful, and I'm throwing up some gratitude because, man, this is good, you know. We ain't got no furniture or nothing. We starting from ground zero, you know. The B-roll I'm showing y'all now, of course, will be at nighttime, but I'm gonna show y'all what it's looking like again when the sun is up. Is 2 different aesthetics. You open the window, the air is so fresh, you know, and it's so quiet up here. We only got one neighbor on that side. I just never would have thought, you know. And we just getting started. I turned on the camera because there was something I wanted to say, but I ended up just rambling and settling here on this moment of gratitude. But Tombstones, I also owe y'all some gratitude, you know, for the 20 something views that I get, for the people that do watch. It's y'all that also give me a little extra motivation, you know. Just to know that there's somebody out there watching helps the fire burn a little hotter. But dang, I really wish we gonna switch up the content, you know. We're not gonna switch up the content, but we're really gonna dial in. Now it's time to work. It's been time to work. We've been working, but it's time to we just shifted gears, y'all. I'm gonna start being more on point and precise with the things that I want to say. But welcome to our new home for the next foreseeable future, Tombstones. Y'all gonna be seeing a lot of this. Oh. I can't wait to show y'all the gym. We had a gym at the last apartment. Y'all know how we got down in that gym. Did the best of what we could. But the gym here, y'all gonna see, start in Saturday, Sunday, maybe even into Monday. What's today? Wednesday night, March 18th. Starting like Monday by the latest. Y'all gonna see your boy in a whole new arena. Y'all know that's my favorite place to be is the gym. And even in this video, there's not gonna be much of the old gym. I've been doing my work, I promise. I've upped my cardio. I get like three LSD sessions in a week, 3 long, slow distance trainings. I'm still doing my hypertrophy, a little bit of Olympic lifting, but I've slowed down a little bit with everything going on and trying to get this under wraps and trying to be more dependable at home, you know? So we got things to do, but I can't wait to show y'all that gym. I can't wait to get in that gym. Boy, I can't wait. It ain't even nothing special, but coming from the gym I just came from to now, I got 24/7, not 24/7 access, but 7-day-a-week access. I'm about to stop yapping. I'm supposed to scrub these toilets so my wife can use them tomorrow while we here waiting on them to come hook up gas. But I love y'all, Tombstones. Next time I pick up the camera might be tomorrow in the old gym. We might go hard one last time before we retire that fitness center. Let's get to scrubbing these toilets. Tombstones. What's good with y'all, baby? Hold on, my eye is itching. Ooh, good shoot. All right, we got it. The Tombstones. It is now Wednesday, March 25th. I know we time skipping, and I still have yet to post my video from like 2 weeks ago. Still under editing, man. As I explained before, there's just been so much going on under wraps. I've showed y'all what the new apartment looks like. When we got it, I was in here moving stuff in before our official move-in day, cleaning toilets, making things pretty much more ready to go. Just trying to stay a step ahead, right? 50-meter targets. After that night, I don't even remember what day that was. That was last week on a week ago, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. I don't know. We had a little bit of the stuff moved in. By Friday night, we was done. We had everything here, but a little bit of laundry that was still at her mom's crib. But now we're here and we done. You know, everything is set up accordingly to the best that it can be. Like I said, with this apartment, it is a beautiful home to live in. It has its own pros and cons. Like, it did not come furnished. Like, in the States, that sounds normal, but here in the area we was living in prior to, most places came fully furnished. You didn't have to worry about getting the fridge, washer, dryer, beds, couches, TVs. It all came prepackaged and ready for you for your enjoyment, right? But here we starting over from the nitty gritty, man. My son's bedroom is fully furnished. He got his bed and stuff. Excuse me for yawning on camera. He got his bed and everything, his toys, his books, his clothes. He's the only one really squared away and ready to go. His bed set is still being washed, so excuse the ghetto-ness of him having my Broncos blanket on there with another just topper. But yeah, he's set up and ready to go. We still have to acquire. We got a fridge on the way. We got a washer and dryer on the way, and we're currently bed shopping, but we're putting bed shopping, in the background, because we believe that eating and having clean clothes is more of a priority. With my son going to school every day, me being in the gym all the time, and my wife being a germaphobe. And I swear, y'all, she will change her clothes 4 or 5 times in a day, take 2 to 3 showers just because she didn't feel clean enough. The girl is crazy. Love her though. Neither here nor there. But yeah, it's coming underway, but it is so beautiful here, you know. And I'm very thankful, and I feel very blessed to be in this, to call this home. When I showed y'all it at nighttime, we're on the 22nd floor again, so opening up the windows, right? You get the air up here is so clean and it's so fresh. But then, as y'all can probably see, hopefully my phone's not pulling autofocus, but when the sun lights up, you can see the mountains in the background. You know what I'm saying? The sun rises over there, sets somewhere over here. It's roughly like 5 p.m. So we're kind of creeping up on the sun, starting to tuck his tail for the night, which is absolutely beautiful. I cannot stop yawning. I haven't had no caffeine today. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'm just really thankful that we can call this place home. But, you know, with new shiny toys comes a new level of work you have to output to obtain that, right? And so now I'm currently just adjusting focus a little bit. With this whole YouTube thing, I'm showing inconsistency, I've noticed. So I was posting weekly, but then weekly, sometimes I'd miss a week, and then falling off of that weekly discipline will begin a cycle in my mind of like, it just threw me off, right? So to combat that, my focuses have now been, again, my focus is being adjusted. I've always been more of a go with the flow type of dude. But I am quickly beginning to see that going with the flow ain't gonna cut it, right? Me and my wife, we got a system around the house, with each other, and with our son. We're teams. We have set in stone parameters or ways of doing things, right, when it comes to those topics, right? Our love life, our home life, our parent life. But as individuals, she do her thing with her organization and things like that. But me, I've always been go with the flow. I've never built something from the ground up. This is my first time, and I'm doing it with an audience. I'm doing it at mercy of trying to broadcast myself doing it. Let me say it that way. So I do not think it's no longer acceptable, cute, tolerable for me to be trying to freestyle building a career, building building a life that I want to see myself live. So with that, YouTube, we still gonna rock the same. I believe this is my first time saying it out loud versus y'all assuming it, but my quota for YouTube is now to at least do 3 videos a month. That weekly is gonna be gone because I need to ease up a little bit with some of this pressure that I'm putting on myself that nobody's asking me to do, to dive deeper into the realm that comes first, and that was becoming a personal trainer, learning to market myself to soldiers, the spouses of soldiers, and Korean locals, and any other nationality that's looking to get in-person training. That should and will and is my current main focus. This YouTube thing is now dubbed as a hobby. For some reason, I convinced myself to go all in on this. It was this or nothing, or not even that, but like I was just taking it really, really serious. I want YouTube, I want this channel, this experience to be fun, something more creative, more relaxed, you know? I'm not trying to force nothing out this YouTube thing. If anything, it's for the people that I know and love, just to keep up with what I'm doing on my day-to-day, because I don't do social media, and I'm always thinking of creative things, and why not just get them out, right? And I watch other creators. I've been taking inspiration, but I'm along this journey, I'm just figuring out how to express myself in my own little way, you know what I'm saying? And that ish is dope. But Tombstones, I said months ago I was supposed to have this certification. Still don't got it. I'm on my last unit. This last week and a half, 2 weeks, okay, got it. But the excuses are done, Tombstones. We are adjusting focus. We are now focused. We are now locked in and ready to move forward with a full head of steam. With that being said, we got work to do. It is the 25th. I was supposed to weigh in on the 22nd. Tombstones, there's just been so much going on. My diet, I haven't written or tracked my macros. Brother, in weeks, we don't even got a fridge. We don't even got a fridge right now, right? Like, I'm just in this big transitional period, myself and my family included, and these are not excuses. So be it. They are excuses. They are excuses. It's an explanation, but they're also excuses. Because no matter the circumstance, if I really had my discipline and I was really like that, I would have had it done. And I'm going to say that right now in front of this camera, and it's resonating with me so hard. Them are excuses. No ifs, ands, or buts. Bro, I've been slacking. I am where I am because of how I prepared myself to be here. No excuses. You are where you are because you prepared yourself to be exactly where you at in that situation. No excuses. 2026, no excuses. No excuses. No excuses. Other than that, let me show you what I did.
No one on the corner has swagger like us, swagger like us, swagger like us. No one on the corner has swagger like us, swagger like us, swagger like us. No one on the corner has swagger like us, swagger like us, swagger like us. No one on the corner has swagger like us, swagger like us, swagger.
Can I be yelling out gang gang? Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang gang. Chunk your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang. I'm from the deuce, the boat. The big to 8 to 9, I'm from the deuce, the boat. The big to 8 to 9, I'm from the deuce, the boat. The big to 8 to 9, I'm from the deuce, the boat. The big to 8 to 9, slide down Rosecrans with my close friends. Bitch, I ain't no kid, I'm a grown man. And I don't need your cash, got my own bands. But they call me Mr. Break a bitch in Japan and I'm with gang gang. Yeah, gang gang, big dog shit, dog tag, let them chains hang. Bitch, yo, bitch, I hope this ain't your main thing. And I be sliding around with the bananas like a orangutan. And I be sliding around with that dick like a stud do. And if it's up, then it's stuck. Bitch, I'm from the dude.
the deuce, the four, the bigs, the eight, the nine, I'm from the deuce, the four, the bigs, the eight, the nine, I'm from the deuce, the four, the bigs, the eight, the nine. If you gang bang, had that workout by daybreak, better not be a day late. Prison yards and melee, we been going up and going nuts like payday, sending homies money on JPay. The red homies brave, look, I'm really from the gang. Westside royalty, rules making loyalty, old school taking had the Orleans, boiling, top out, hot dog, hot order, boy.
P Street, got something like the Lee Street. We gon' get the drop and watch us spin, it's a repeat. Street sweet, drop the honey, we was 3 deep. I'ma dive in on little baby more than knee deep. Westside royalty, got bands for the lawyer fees. Shut the party down up in the ops, we tryna spoil it. Those folk big say 9 to put her on.
Alright, Tombstones, quick recap. Hopefully my wife don't give me a copyright strike. She in the bathroom, bumping her music, taking a shower. First, let's look at this hair, man. Let's take a look at what the Freeforms is doing. Look a little crazy, but don't look so much like a little bird's nest no more. I just washed it, got it clean, feeling healthy, you know what I'm saying? I guess I can explain this now as well. Even though nobody explained me nobody asked me to, right? But I had a set of Freeforms last year. Started my first set of Freeforms. And it was Valentine's Day, 2025. I snipped them off. Bad energy tied into that hair, right? But I love the concept of Freeforms because it's being you to the deepest aspect of you. It's just being you, letting your hair do what it do naturally, and just living like you know what I'm saying, letting your hair grow how it's supposed to grow, you know. Also with my first set of Freeforms, I over maintained them. They were more semi Freeforms until they started to lock up in Congo, right? But I was over maintaining them and over twisting, and because I was empty in here, the shell of who I am was the most important part. So I made sure I tried to make sure I looked good all the time, you know what I'm saying? Kept a lineup in the taper, right? Always was in the mirror and woo, and they was pretty decent, you know what I'm saying? I got the old laptop. I'm gonna see if I could throw some B-roll up as I'm talking about my old Freeforms, but as soon as I snipped them off, I knew I was gonna grow another set. But this time, I didn't want to over maintain them. Like, I wanted to be closer to a true Freeform versus a semi Freeform, right? Now, getting started off, I did palm twisting, right, for a little bit, as you can tell by the shape and the individualistic dreads that stick up. But I stopped early. I stopped twisting. Even when I showered, I just showered and let it go. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all can tell from my first video to now, there's been a huge growth and change in direction of how my hair is turning out. And because this time around, a lot of things have changed personally for me, right? Again, getting into the word, rekindling and strengthening the marriage with my wife, becoming a better father, just chasing a better version of myself. This time I really just let my hair do what it do, no matter how much I want to get in there and control the situation, because honestly, that's how life works. There is no control over everything. The only thing I believe you really can control is yourself and the actions you take and how you respond to the situations out here. You know what I'm saying? And my hair is a representation of that. I don't even get lineups and tapers that much no more because I want a little bit more on the sides to lock in, you know? But just letting my hair do what it does and trusting the process, you know, it's honestly scary, but it's who I want to be, you know what I'm saying? And we got some funky stuff going on up here, you know what I'm saying? They starting to shake a little bit when they wet. Got some, you know what I'm saying? This right here is my problem side, but I got a lot of baby locking starting to happen. Cause no offense to Koreans, but when they do be fading black hair, they go a little too high sometimes. So they was schmopping them off. On this side, we got a little bit more lockage going in, but still on that underside. Still need to lock in a little bit, but even I got the Congo starting to happen. So right here, see, these done became one. I don't know they're mainly in the back of my head, but I got some Congoing going right there. I'm gonna have to separate that because I don't want that all to be one dread. But I'm gonna wait till it gets longer and just letting it do what it do. and trust in the process. Here go another little thick Congo right over here, but these two is trying to connect. Just falling in love with myself in the process, you know, and the deeper I fall in love with myself and learn to regulate myself and my emotions, it makes it easier to do it for the people around me. Where's my favorite one at? Hold on. Right here. Call this my onion ring. I don't know how this happened, but they are connected. This is a loop, gang. Can y'all see that? Sorry, I know I'm still working with this phone, so I can only point it one direction and then do what I do, but this right here is my favorite dread, gang, 'cause I really don't know how this happened. I feel like this is like a once in a lifetime type of deal, but it's connected through and through from one part of the scalp to the other. Wonder how that's look when it's gonna get long, you know. That might even be a safety hazard. I don't know, but we just being ourselves, gang. Through and through, while trying to be, again, a little bit creative in the process. I ain't gonna call nothing that I do cinematic because it's not, bro. I use a iPhone 14 and it's not shown in theaters. It's not, I mean, just because it's not in theaters don't mean that it's not cinematic. But y'all know what I'm trying to say, gang. I'm just trying to make good content while also being myself. Ooh, here go another one in the backside. But the hair connecting them is a small one. At the end of my push day workout, I think I weighed damn near 97 kilos. So as y'all seen, last time I weighed in, I was 94 and some change. Now I'm 97. I done put a couple pounds back on, eating that bullshit. Like I said earlier, I prepared myself to be in this situation. So complaining about it is useless. Null and void. We gonna get better though, Tombstones. I like being human on camera. I'm flawed. I'm a fuck up on my journey, but we're gonna dust ourselves off and keep going to our goal. But I want to show the physique before I cut this camera off, and let me hurry up because I think my wife getting done. And if she open that door, this whole session is ruined. But mic going down. Is this far enough? Here we is, gang. 3 kilos heavier than what I should have been, but hey, it is what it is. We know how to get back to the work. Get back to the work. But my wife brushing her teeth, meaning she about to get ready for bed. I'm about to get in there and grab my toothbrush and brush my teeth so I can get ready for bed. Wake up tomorrow and figure out how to make some bread. Ooh. Love y'all, Tombstones. I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. We'll see y'all tomorrow. I think we'll put one more gym session in here, yap about something else, and that should be our video. Keep it short this time since we're transitioning. But we still getting better, baby. Taking this shit to the grave.
Aye. Look. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Alright. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Peekaboo, I just put them bookers in my chain. Peekaboo, 80 pointers like a Kobe game. Peekaboo, 7.62, so make them plain. Peekaboo, popping out, you better smell my name. Peekaboo, put 2 foreigns on the 405. Peekaboo, catchy pepper if I'm doing pasta. Peekaboo, why you acting tough on IG Live? Peekaboo, you know my little niggas off they rocker. Peekaboo,
Surprise, bitch, it's that nigga chicken cheese. Peekaboo, let me FaceTime my op, bitch, I'm in the street. Peekaboo, yes, AVs, I'm putting something to sleep. Peekaboo, he on the ground, I praise God and start stumping feet. Peekaboo, I put 10 on his face, bitch, my shooter playing. Peekaboo, I hit it from the back, I told her move her hands. Peekaboo, that's like my thumb, man, where her at. Peekaboo, on your top, I'm with dot, bitch, don't look back.
what they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Hey, that's my bitch. Hey, that's my bitch. Hey, with all that fake shit. Hey, ain't the one to play with. Hey, pull off in a lamb, double pocket all that tams. Mister, get off on your mans. If he hate you disrespect, you gotta follow up with hands. Losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up, I'm saying like bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand. The type of skills I'm on, you wouldn't understand. Big dog business, I would not hold your hand.
Tombstones. This uniform tight as hell, ain't it? It's been a while. Hold on, let me close this door. My wife and my son playing. But it's been a very long time, you know? One, since I've even put on this uniform. But then two, since we've been a soldier, you know? Chop off my little free formies. Get rid of a lot of these extra tattoos. You'd have to cut off about 15, 20 pounds. When I was a soldier, I was still a vegetarian. Cut off the facial hair. And then you'd start to be able to see if I can close this. Sorry, Tombstones, I know I'm getting a lot together right now. Right, but you if I shave the face, right, shave the mustache within regulations, which is to the edge of the top of the lip, cut this, right, small enough to where I can fit the PC cap on, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I can do it now. I'm not even gonna really try, but the fact that my head used to fit in this is crazy. And she dirty, look at her. Can y'all see that? I still got my sweat and dirt up in there. Oh, of course it will. I think I washed it one time since I got out, you know. Before I get to rambling too far, I'd like to give a big shout out to all my brothers and sisters still serving in the military, whether you're new in, you've been in for 10, 15, 20 years. From me to you, you have my utmost gratitude and appreciation. I know what it comes with to put on this uniform, no matter if you work in an office, you work in aviation, you infantryman, right? Like, it don't matter. Putting on this uniform, you sacrifice a lot of yourself to serve that country, whether you're doing it for personal benefits or you're doing it because you love your country, right? Thank you for your sacrifice, and I salute you. You know what I'm saying? My career, we talked about it before, Tombstones. I'm not about to sit here and explain it to y'all formally, but my career came to an end against my own terms, right? You'll come across soldiers who join and think it's going to be one way, and it's not, and they do everything they can to get out, to get kicked out, medically kicked out, or whatever. They just find a way to get out without being negative, having a dishonorable discharge, because, right, you get dishonorably discharged in the eyes of the government, you're treated like a felon, right? Like, you scummy or didn't scum at that point, bro. You couldn't even serve your country. Let me see. My first initial contract was 2 years and 32 weeks. Before I re-signed, I re-upped. But I want to say 2 years. No. Almost 2 years into my career, I was medically diagnosed with Crohn's disease, right? It's been a minute. I'm a little rusty, but I'm pretty sure if you could still find, and this is public access, knowledge and access to everyone. You can Google it. AR, which would be Army Regulation 40-501 or 40-502. One of those and or both of those talk about the medical readiness and standards of being a soldier within the United States Army. And Crohn's disease, because of the medication, I had to get Remicade infusions. I was like every 4 weeks, every 5 weeks. Because I was on that medication, it left me non-deployable. Being non-deployable, sorry, not sorry, we no longer need you. You know what I'm saying? Psychologically, it was a lot, right? Because joining the military, to those who've been through the experience, and y'all know, but to those who haven't, there's a lot you must sacrifice, right? Going through basic training, you as an individual no longer matters, right? We're going to take you, we're going to break that mindset that you have and get you to mold and to conform into this family that we have, right? For the greater good. But that individualistic mindset and way of living, it ain't gonna cut it. You know what I'm saying? I was 23 when I signed my contract. If I could find it, I'm gonna put B-roll up, a little picture, but I think I already showed y'all before. It was like episode 2, episode 3 or something like that. But had dreads, long as hell. I went to MEPS, swanging, dreaded up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I quote unquote wanted to be the Bob Marley of my generation. I used to put that in my captions on Instagram and whatnot, you know, not really understanding how disrespectful that could be to his descendants and things of that nature, right? I didn't even know Bob Marley, still don't know Bob Marley, but I was just a big fan, right? Just to paint the point of how it was and how things was going, right? Like, my mindset and the things that I did behind the scenes before joining the military was not aligned with the being a part of the United States, serving the people of the United States. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. So I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Once you get diagnosed, you go through the med boarding process, and that's when they go through and find anything else that may be damaged or broken with you before they send you about your way, right? You go through SFL TAP, Soldier for Life Transition Assistance Program, and then thank you for your service. It's things I've talked about before in earlier episodes. Y'all have to go back and pick up on the things that I've said and haven't said, or even if y'all have more questions, drop them down in the comments and I'll answer them for sure. But my time in the service was fire, you know. As y'all can see, E4 was the highest we got, but man, I'm telling y'all, if it wasn't for Crohn's, my career would have been on and popping. Physically, I'm not no specimen, right? I think I have average genetics, but physically, I can put out a lot of work. Mentally, I had to catch up a little bit, do a little bit of extra studying, right? Work a little bit harder on the academic side. Was never a bookworm, but once I got there, I was there. You know what I'm saying? By the end of basic training, had my first waiver. Boom, I'm PV2, while the rest of my peers, me and 5 other people got waivers to become PV2s, while the rest of my peers had to wait time of service, right? By the time they got to the mosquito wings, right, I was becoming a PFC. Then I got to my first duty station, boom, got another waiver for my, you know what I'm saying? Just, my career could have been something special. For a long time it did. I gotta take this off, Tombstones, ignore me. Thing tight as hell. My tan tee too. But my career, I'm not gonna say will always be a what if in my mind, but it definitely was shaping up to be something special. But once I started going through trying to get figured out what was wrong with me, because first it was just these symptoms and nobody knew, right? I had to get tested and go through this and this and this and that, and this hospital and this hospital, and this professional say this and this professional say that, blah 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 blah. But by the time they found out, I mean, it messed with me psychologically, because it's like, one, I'm at the top of my game. This is the best I've ever performed in my life, not just the military, but even in my personal life, bro. I went from being this emotional young dude, I was talking about it in the last one, this emotional young dude, dreadhead, can't tell me nothing. I used to chuck up the middle finger, is F you, who you roll with, what you think, what you thought, my way to highway, and I'll do this dolo. Like, I went from that to allowing them to break me, reshape me, remold me, right? To be shaved bald, I went to boot camp in South Carolina, Relaxing Jackson, in February. It was cold, bro. Like, I allowed myself to go through this process to be remolded, revamped, reinvented. And just when I felt like I was at the peak, damn, it's time to figure out something else, right? And so in the beginning of my transition to becoming a civilian again, it messed with my mental bad. It tore up my psyche, like, because, and I can't speak for other people, but for me, when I finally made that decision to join the military, me going at 23 is already kind of pushing the late side. I met a couple people in boot camp or in basic training that was older than me, like the 30s, the 40s, whatever. I was 23, bro. It took me a long time to finally be like, all right, let's do this. But then when I finally did it, here I am looking at getting out. I'm 26, 27. I think I'm 25 going on 26. Like, woo. And then to add salt to the wound, my now wife was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it did. Initially, it took a heavy toll on my psyche. And I just didn't know what to do, you know, but and like I explained a little bit in the last episode, I wasn't in the Word. I wasn't into the Bible, right? Like I'm this emotional kid who's almost the age of a full-grown man, now becoming responsible for a woman and a kid in a whole nother country outside of the country that I'm from, you know, like, boy, I tell y'all, it was, we we done had some fun skirmishes and experiences, looking back, but it's like, I'm rambling again, Tombstones. Would I do a lot again? Well, would I do it all again knowing I'd have to go through everything the exact same way again? Yes. In a heartbeat, yes. Yes. And I'm not about to sit here and try to advocate for nobody joining the military, but when people talk down on the military, man, when I was getting out, I had a sour mood. To a lot of the people I was stationed with in North Carolina, Fort Bragg, I apologize, man. If y'all ever come across these videos, my old NCOs, my old peers, like, I apologize about the individual I was around y'all. Like, I was gone, dude. I was gone. Like, I was gone, and because I couldn't conduct myself, I'm giving negative energy to this woman who didn't want nothing but good for me, right? My wife and my family, like, boy, but I'd do it all again in a heartbeat, if that means I could end up exactly where I'm at right now. But it's been a ride, y'all. I figured I'd just throw on the uniform because, I mean, since when I told the story last episode, I left my wife for a little bit. When I left, this was one of the things I left behind, you know. When I got out the Army, a little bit of saltiness, bitterness, chip on my shoulder, I got rid of everything. But my PT shorts, I think I got 2 PT shirts and this one uniform. My last pair of summers. These are summers. I got rid of all my winters. They were stained up, dirty from motor pool, the range, all that. Got rid of everything. And this is all that remains. My mama back home in Nebraska, she got my folded flag. She got my pictures. She got everything from BCT onwards. My awards, my AARs, my AMs, my ARs, Army Achievement Award. However they go, I'm trying to use that lingo, but I've been out of that life for a long time, you know? Look at this tight ass tan tee. Like, imagine, like, this is literally one of the tan tees I used to wear every day. And I'm not saying I'm twice the size I used to be, but look, y'all, it thing tight, boy, and this thing used to fit a little bit looser, you know? Pants, I feel like if I bend the wrong way, y'all gonna see some booty cheeks. I had to take the top off because I couldn't breathe. But Tombstones, I want to continue to share. I want to share, and I want to show. And I just want to get better with how I'm doing it. And I'm going to take my time with it. I was getting psychologically discouraged and subliminally showing where my confidence level was. You know what I'm saying? And putting this uniform back on before I even recorded any of these shots for it, it all clicked, bro. Me personally, I've been through a lot more. I can handle some pressure. Now is not the time to be afraid. It was never time to be afraid. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't got it all together right now, don't mean you won't get it together, right? Just because you're not where you want to be now, don't mean you won't be there when the timing is right. You are where you are now because you prepared yourself to be there. Sometime life will throw us curveballs. I done got thrown a couple. But just because I wasn't ready for it doesn't mean I didn't catch it. You know? And the same goes for all of us. So long as you are being diligent in your everyday practices, whether in public or in private, everything will be okay. I just seen this on doom scrolling the other day, and I loved it. It resonated with me. If you're making all the shots you take, then you are not putting up enough shots. If you are making all the shots you are taking, you are not putting up enough shots. Period. We are where we are because we prepared ourselves to be here. J. Cole's album, what's this song? Bombs in the Ville? Hit the gas. Bro, if I could FaceTime my younger self, I already know how that conversation would go. Bro would be scared. He'd be frantic. He wouldn't believe it. He's skeptical. He woo. I'd simply turn the phone. Hey, talk to my wife now. Talk to my son, right? Did this look like you doing the wrong thing? Look at your life now. Do it look like you really... Just keep working, baby. Because everything is going to work out. Some things is for you, some things ain't for you. But as long as you're diligent in what you're doing and your practices and your behaviors and in your consistency, whether people can see it or people don't, whether they want to throw shade and hide, they throw rocks and hide the hand, the only thing we can control it was what goes on in here. And that's all that matters. Learn to control this, and the outside world will begin to mimic what's going on in here. You know what I'm saying? Tombstones with that. I'm pretty sure this is the last rambling session of this video. But please, 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 for those who've been interacting, who've been watching consistently, I thank y'all. And if there's anything y'all want to know or want to see, please leave it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? If there's parts of Korea you want me to go out and explore more, I will, which I don't do enough of. I should be getting out and showing y'all more of Korea versus the same mundane things I do at home. But I'm new to this. But I'm true to this. We're going to learn. We're going to get better in every video. In every video, we're going to do something a little bit different. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm getting my reps in. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter that this is on an iPhone. It don't matter that my editing is... It don't matter that I got this many subscribers. It don't matter, right? Because I'm taking shots. And I don't need to make them all. But eventually, after so many reps, boy gonna be shooting like Curry out here, you know? It's love, Tombstones, and I'm wishing y'all way more than love. I'm about to go ahead and get up out this uniform because it is really hard to breathe. And I don't think I'll be putting it on for a while, you know? Unless my wife want to, you know what I'm saying, do a little role player, you know? Tombstones, I love y'all. I'm praying for y'all. Pray for me. I'm praying for y'all. I love y'all. And do something good for yourself today. Tell the people that you love them. And I'll see you next time, all right?
Fuck your hoe, cause she like that. Yeah, bitch, fat ass pretty, I might wife that. Niggas swear they pimpin', Scotty sippin', get your wife back. How you know you trippin'? Flacco different, know you like that. Swipe a pretty bitch right off her feet, this a hijack. Why your nigga flexing like he me, ain't even like that. Bitch mistake my newest piece.